Hello, and welcome to my TED Talk. So, I've been doing ketamine treatments, which is basically psychedelic treatments. And yesterday was my third one. And it's changing my entire life for the better. I've had complex PTSD for the last 38 years of my life, almost 39. And I've done so many different things: Reiki, therapy, medications, all kinds of different types of healings, lots of shadow work. But at the root of it, I was having difficulty moving through the root problems of my. Sorry, I thought it stopped. Of my healing. So, this is where I'm coming from right now. I just had an amazing ketamine treatment yesterday. And psychedelics are something. I truly believe that everyone should trip at least once to get that connection between both sides of your brain and to experience life in a different way. But with that being said, my trip yesterday was a trip. I experienced death and rebirth so many times yesterday, quite literally. I lost count. And my experience was, we are all one. Like, we truly actually are all one. We're all the same entity. We are all the same being, just living different experiences, which I couldn't quite wrap my mind around it, and I don't know if you'll be able to either, but that's that's it. Like, we are all this vibration and this energy that is coming from the very beginning of existence, and time is not linear. It exists in all time, every lifetime, every planet, dimension. It doesn't matter. Plant, animal, the void in between stars, the black, the white, the rainbow, the everything. We are all just a huge, big, connected entity of one, living individual experiences, but also at the root of it, we are all just one big entity. But something I really wanted to talk about was, I had forgotten who I was and how I used to be. I'm an Aries, very much so, and born on April Fool's Day. And if anybody knows anything about tarot and the Fool card, it's that it's all about taking that leap of faith, blind faith in something, and jumping off that cliff of evolution, of change, of knowledge, of power, of all of these things. And I got to the point where I was complacent in my own suffering and had let others convince me and myself that I was powerless, that I was just going to fail. But the thing is that we all will fail and fail and fail until we accomplish. And it's about how you go about failing. Are you going to get back up and get on that bike? Or are you just going to say, oh, I can't ride a bike? Creating our own reality is us saying, no, I can ride that bike. I know I can. And I will. And I'll keep trying until I can. So I found myself again. I have found that airy self. I have found that fool that I repeatedly jumping off that cliff, and I'm not scared of failure. Um, because through that I will gain knowledge. And what's the big deal, you know? So I fail, so I try again, you know? It's a beautiful thing, death and rebirth. Nothing lasts forever. Um, there will always be change. Change is inevitable. Most people are so uncomfortable with change, they will do anything they can to stay in the same place, not even realizing that's what they're doing. Even if they do want change, they haven't convinced themselves and, like, consciously said, I actually really want to change from your heart and from your soul. And until you can come from that place, that change isn't going to happen. You're going to get stuck. I was stuck for a long time. I mean, I'm talking over a decade. I had convinced myself, like, because my back's messed up, I can't do this. Because of PTSD, because of anxiety, because of social anxiety, all these things that I was telling myself, I was limiting myself. And I wasn't believing in myself, and I wasn't jumping off that cliff. It got to the point where I was so anxious and scared and depressed all the time. I was basically just staying in my room in a ball. What we tell ourselves and how we live our lives creates a reality. And my reality was that I convinced myself that I couldn't do anything. And I was scared. I was scared constantly. Constantly fucking scared. Of what? Failure? We all fail. And it's experience. And I have a tendency to take myself too seriously. Um, and it's like the message from the divine is, it's not so serious. Keep telling me over and over again, it's not so serious. Life isn't so serious. Losing, winning, gaining, whatever it is, it's not so serious. Because at the end of the day, when we die, we just go on and then we start another life and we do other things and simultaneously being all connected as one. I probably sound crazy right now, but that's all good. Maybe some of you will understand. But where I'm coming from is I forgot. I forgot how to jump and that I even could jump. And I think society as a whole around the entire world has forgotten how to jump. And they're scared because they don't know where they're going to land. But what does it matter where you land? As long as you're jumping and you're changing and you're not becoming complacent and putting yourself in a box of all these things that you tell yourself every day. It's about realizing your power and your strength. What sets your soul on fire? What purpose do you have? What things do you love? What do you want to accomplish? And just keep doing it. And at the end of the day, it really isn't that serious. Life is a divine comedy. Why are we so serious about everything? Why is everything so serious? Like, food's getting expensive. Like, so expensive it's hard to eat. But what I know in my heart and soul, I will always get what I need. It may not be what I want or what I think that I need, but I have always been blessed with exactly what I need to survive. And it, like, within the last month or two of my life, I was getting to the point where my plant was being poisoned. Like, I'm a plant. And I wasn't growing. I was actually living in a toxic environment that I could not live in anymore. And I had to make some choices with my life of how I want to live and actually live. uh, because the other choice was not pretty, and I am here for a reason, like right now. Um, and I realized that my life was gonna be shook upside down, and I let go of the reins, and I had full on belief in the divine, and they will always give me the angels, guides, ascended masters, God, like whatever you want to. They always got my back. They always got me. They always are gonna give me exactly what I need. It may not be what I want. It may not be what I think I want or need, but it is, you know? And my life has actually quite literally been saved so many times that there was actual divine intervention. That's the only way you could like explain it. And I think this is just rambling and I'm tired. I think that we forget that yeah, change is scary, but it's needed. It's inevitable. Whether you do it now or later, you will be forced to do it or you're not going to grow. You're going to wilt and you're going to die. And life is about living and experiencing and changing and being the best you and bringing to the world whatever beautiful things you can. It's about every individual experience and also understanding that all of us really are coming from the same source. And that is this vibration and this light that resides inside of all of us. We are all like a universe being, like the Big Bang, like inside of us. Every day of every moment, just being reborn again. You know, look into any religion or culture around the world for thousands and thousands of years. They'll point you in the same direction. But I guess that's all I'm gonna talk on because it's kind of a long video and I'm tired and I don't even know how much sense I'm making. But don't forget to jump. Have faith. Faith, belief, and hope are the creators of all reality. And if we forget those things, we forget ourselves. We forget our purpose. And yeah.